Have you ever wondered what could possibly be more dangerous than a volcano? The answer lies deep beneath the Earth's surface. Picture a volcano. Now let's multiply that image by 1,000 or even 1,000,000. This colossal force of nature we're envisioning is known as a supervolcano. Unlike their smaller, more familiar counterparts, supervolcanoes are not just mountains spewing lava. They are gigantic subterranean chambers filled with molten rock and gases, waiting for the right moment to wreak havoc. Take the Yellowstone caldera, for instance. Nestled beneath the picturesque landscapes of Yellowstone National Park, this supervolcano is roughly the size of Rhode Island. Imagine that. A volcano the size of an entire state, silently simmering beneath us. And while regular volcanoes can cause significant damage, the destructive power of a supervolcano is simply incomprehensible. So when it comes to destructive power, supervolcanoes are the sleeping giants of our planet. So how does a supervolcano come into existence? It's a tale as old as time, or rather, the Earth itself. Picture this: tectonic plates, those colossal slabs of rock that form the Earth's crust, are always on the move. They slide, bump, and grind against each other, like an awkward dance at a geology prom. When an oceanic plate collides with a continental one, it's forced downwards, deep into the Earth's mantle. This process, known as subduction, generates immense heat and pressure. It's like the world's most intense pressure cooker, but instead of a juicy roast, it's cooking up a batch of molten rock, or magma. This magma, lighter than the surrounding rock, begins to rise. It collects in vast chambers beneath the Earth's crust, simmering and stewing, waiting for its moment to shine. It's like an underground rock star, ready to make its explosive debut. And thus, beneath the silent ground, a supervolcano is born. Now that we know how these behemoths are formed, what happens when they wake up from their slumber? Well, let's just say you wouldn't want to be anywhere nearby when the alarm goes off. When a supervolcano decides to let loose, it's not just a regular eruption, it's a monumental earth-shaking event. A super eruption, as it's aptly named, can spew out thousands of cubic kilometers of molten rock and ash, enough to bury an entire country. Take the Toba catastrophe theory, for instance. Roughly 75,000 years ago, in what is now Indonesia, a supervolcano erupted. This wasn't just any old eruption. Oh no, this was a grand display of nature's raw power. The eruption was so massive, it created a volcanic winter that lasted for years, causing a significant dip in global temperatures. It's a bit like if Mother Nature decided to throw a tantrum, but instead of stomping her foot, she decided to cover the Earth in a blanket of ash and plunge us into a long winter. Not exactly the best way to cool off, if you ask me. But hey, who are we to argue with Mother Nature? So, if you ever find yourself near a supervolcano when it decides to pop its cork, let's just say it would be a bad day to forget your umbrella. So when a supervolcano decides to blow its top, it's not just a local problem, it's a global catastrophe. After such a cataclysmic event, what's left in the wake of a super eruption, one might wonder? Well, let's delve into the rather chilling aftermath of a super eruption, shall we? Imagine the scene. The eruption has ceased, the skies have darkened, and the landscape is dramatically altered. The amount of ash and sulfur dioxide spewed into the atmosphere can lead to what we call a volcanic winter. This is a period when temperatures across the globe plummet, potentially for several years, due to the sunlight being blocked by the volcanic ash and gas. This dramatic drop in temperature can cause widespread crop failure, leading to food shortages and mass starvation. It's not a pretty picture, I must say. To give you an idea of the scale, consider the fate of the dinosaurs, who, despite their size and strength, couldn't survive the aftermath of a similar event. But it's not all doom and gloom, my friends. There's a certain critter that might just thrive in these harsh conditions. Yes, you guessed it, our hardy little friend, the cockroach. Known for their impressive survival skills, these fellows might just become the new lords of the land. Imagine that, a world ruled by cockroaches. It's enough to make you chuckle, isn't it? In the aftermath of a super eruption, the world as we know it would be drastically changed. But hey, at least the cockroaches would be okay. So there you have it, the terrifying yet fascinating world of supervolcanoes. From the unseen beast beneath our feet, quietly gathering power over thousands, even millions of years, to the birth of these geological monstrosities through the shifting of tectonic plates and accumulation of magma. We've journeyed through the cataclysmic event of a super eruption, a spectacle of nature's raw power that dwarfs any firework display mankind could ever dream up. And we've witnessed the aftermath, a world changed and shaped by ash and lava, a testament to the relentless forces that sculpt our planet. Yes, these supervolcanoes are a stark reminder of our place in the grand scheme of things, of how small we truly are in the face of Mother Nature's might. Let's hope these sleeping giants continue to slumber peacefully. After all, we've got enough to deal with on the surface, don't we?